Let's listen in to some of the comments.
Virus on American energy industry as the pandemic brought on by global economy. I mean, it's an incredible thing that's happened. Nobody thought this was possible. We had the greatest economy in the world. Probably you were doing, all of you, the best ever. Everybody was doing the best ever. And then all of a sudden they said, you have to shut down the country. And they have to shut down the world because the whole world shut down, not the country, the whole world shut down. 151 countries, probably it's higher than that now. That was as of a week ago. So the entire world is shut down, trying to get rid of this scourge, and we'll do it. I thought what I might do is go around the room and you just introduce yourselves to the media real quickly, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards. You know, our $2.2 trillion relief package includes provisions to allow businesses to deduct their losses this year against taxes they paid in previous years, which gets you a lot of liquidity. And a lot of companies need the liquidity right now. And hopefully we're going to be back in business very soon. We're going to be open very soon. This country wasn't built to be closed. And essentially we have a closed country. Nobody's ever heard of a thing like this, but this was, I was with some of the leading professionals, and they say, not since 1917 has there been anything like this. 1917 was a time when I guess you could say 50, 75, or 100 million, you hear different estimates, people died. Think of that, 100 million, maybe 100 million people died. So they had no communications. They weren't able to shut things down like we are doing. But that was a plague. That was a plague. Started here, actually, went to Europe. We were badly affected, but Europe was really affected, so that was the worst. And so not since 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, has a thing like this happened. I just want to start by saying it's an honor to be with you. I know most of you one way or the other, some of you I know, and but I know all of you by seeing you on the covers of all the business magazines and the magazines. And you've done a great job, and we'll work this out, and we'll get our energy business back. I'm with you 1,000%. It's a great business. It's a very vital business. And honestly, you've been very fair. You've kept energy prices reasonable for a long period of time. We've got a long period of time with very reasonable energy prices. So I want to thank you all for being here. And maybe we'll start with Mike, please.
All right. Mike Worth with Chevron Corporation. Mr. President, proud of the work our people are doing to support healthcare providers, first responders, and all the other vital industries that keep our economy going. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Mike, very much. Appreciate it.
Vicki Hollop, Occidental Petroleum. Thank you for allowing us to be here today, and thank you for all you're doing for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Vicki.
Dave Hager of Devon Energy, or an independent oil and gas company out of Oklahoma City, and thank you so much for the leadership that you're providing during this challenging time. You're the right man at the right time to balance all the priorities, and we're going to be back. Thank you very much.
We'll get it done, Dave. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, Greg Garland, Phillips 66. Again, thank you for great leadership through this pandemic crisis and all that you've done on the stimulus package, really for the American economy. We're proud of our employees. They're working to provide energy and improve lives.
We think it's going to come back quickly. It's ready. We're ready, and we've got the right packages out there. So
we need it to.
Very good. We're looking at I think we're going to be really looking very seriously at a infrastructure package where it's so important for our country. You know, as of this moment, Darren, we have $7 trillion plus in the Middle East. For what? For what reason? And we don't put money in our own country. So we're going to do a big package on infrastructure fairly soon, I think, and that's very important. And it's great for you, great for everybody. Darren, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Darren Woods, ExxonMobil Corporation. I'd like to add my thanks for your leadership in this space as well, and say I think all of our companies here are aligned with your objective, which is to get the economy moving and to make people's lives around the world better.
Great job you've done. Thank you.
Harold Hamm, Chairman of Continental Resources, also out of Oklahoma City. Thanks for having this meeting. I think this is so timely and necessary. Really appreciate your leadership. Also the friendship that you've kept with the Saudis, the Saudi Crown Minister, or Crown Prince, and also Vladimir Putin. I know those hadn't been easy sometimes, but and at this time it was particularly needed. So I represent our company as well as the DEPA, Domestic Energy Producers Alliance, and we're about 10,000 companies and individuals, mostly independent producers.
That's great. Great job you're doing. I think President Putin and the Crown Prince want something to happen badly. It's certainly terrible for them what's happening too. So they want to see something happen. I've spoken to both of them. And we'll tell you about that in a little while. Okay? Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Mr. President. Jeff Hildebrand, founder and chairman of Hilcorp Energy. Our distinction is we are the only private company here. This is a company that's based in Houston, domestic-only exploration and production company. And I'm really here today to represent the independent energy companies, the family-owned businesses that are in this industry, and to give you really that perspective and add to the conversation in that regard. So thank you for your leadership. Appreciate it.